And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. I'm BL Saint, man. Y'all host. How you feeling? How you feeling? What's good, y'all? Happy Thursday. One more day to the weekend, guys. One more day. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about the passport bros, man. I've had a couple people hit me up in some comments like DMs and stuff like that, and they think I'm hating on Passport Bros. They see these titles or whatever. Not hating on Passport Bros. Not hating at all. Just letting you guys know you still need game. That's the bottom line. And here's an example of how being game goofy can get you into a situation in a foreign country that you really don't want to be in. Um, you know, so yeah, it's just I'm not hating on the Passport Bros. I understand what's going on. By all means, exercise your options to the fullest out here. Do what you got to do to get what you're looking for, but understand when you don't have an understanding or knowledge, or if you're not gamed up, you can change the dynamic in the very place that you want to go and have a good time, right? And that's what seems to be going on right now with the Passport Bros. It's gonna be fun, man. This video we're about to watch is definitely a learning tool. So let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed, man. So yeah, man, appreciate everybody coming out, man. We got brother Dinosaur in the building. What's good, fam? What's good? He's like, brother DL, is this the social media guy who was a apartment robbed by a senorita in Colombia and now lives off chat donations? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I know I've reacted to some of his content before. I mean, that's where his space is. It seems like he lives in this space, covering what's going on in Colombia, especially with Passport Bros and all that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. Brother Pitney's in the building. What's good, fam? Let's go. I see you, bro. I see you. Brother Jack is in the building. What's good, night, man? I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, bro. We got business to attend to tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing my nights tomorrow. It's gonna be good. I hope you guys are doing well. And again, I'm not throwing shade at Passport Bros. I think it's great. I think everyone should travel, especially Americans. Americans barely travel. Americans barely leave their city or state, let alone the country. Definitely get your passport and see what's going on in the rest of the world. But man, these Passport Bros think that they can leave their problems behind with reference to the sexual marketplace. You can't. You can't. You just can't. Yeah, I got some of my folks in the building, man. What's up? Like UK, I got my air traffic controller families in the building. What's good, XO? What's good, man? So glad you plug in here and check it out, man. Good to hear from you, man. I hope all is well out there in ATC land. I do have some stuff loaded up about air traffic. There was an incident in Japan that I'm definitely going to talk about probably next week. I might just do a short on that, but it's just, the air traffic control business, man. It is what it is. Worldwide, it's getting tough out there. It's getting tough. Still the safest form of travel. Just so you guys know, don't get scared to fly. Still the safest form of travel. I just went to get my daughter from school. We drove around, made a couple stops, and I don't know. There's people just, 3 or 4 dudes tried to run into me, sideswipe me, pull out in front of me, just brake check me. It's crazy out here, man. So yeah, whenever I'm flying, I'm like, this is better than driving. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But definitely want to get into this story. It seems in the story we're about to watch took place in Cali, Colombia. I've never been to Cali. I've met women from Cali, but I've never been there. And it just shows you how you can get yourself in a quick situation in a foreign land. And I mean, man, this woman just was holding all the cards, if you ask me. She's holding all the cards. So let's pull it up, man. Let's get into it. Shout out to Obi Laand. Definitely check out his podcast on YouTube, OBILAAND. And This video will be linked in the description below if you guys are watching this on Team Replay. Yeah, go check out his content, man. Like and subscribe over there. He really gets some stories of the dark side of the Passport Bros world and what could happen to you and what's going on currently. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is what it is. Brother Dino's like, Japan had a second crash on a tarmac this week. A second one. They need you back, DL. You couldn't pay me to come back, bro. You couldn't pay me to come back. I ain't doing it. No way, no how. I'm definitely gonna look that up. I've been watching a lot of incidents in ATC. Of course, my friends who are still in the business can't talk about it on camera or anything like that, but I am in the know. And most of these incidents, especially when they happen overseas, you know, America sends NTSB personnel to go check it out. They're always part of the safety teams to figure this stuff out. And I definitely have my I have my take on what happened with the first one. It was a airplane got on the runway and the airplane was trying to take off, I believe. And there was they made contact, which is a no. And I have my idea on what might have happened there. I just kind of been waiting to see some more stuff in the news and read some more reports and whatnot. But we'll definitely get into it. We'll talk about some of this stuff. Please like and subscribe, guys, and share and all that good stuff. I'm supposed to say that every show, so I'm saying it now. I'm gonna get it out the way, right? And so with that said, man, let's get into this show, man. So we're about to watch this video, man. Like I said, I have a lot to say about what happened to these dudes, and everything that happened to these dudes, bro, in my opinion, is their fault. So let's get into it.
Welcome to this episode. It's 2024. I'm here in Cali, and we're starting off with a bang. In this episode, you're going to be seeing a video in which a girl, she gets into it with about four guys in an apartment or their Airbnb before she's ejected out of the building. Now, what I want you guys to let me know is who's in the right, who's in the wrong. What is your opinion on this? What did the guys do wrong? What did the girl do wrong? Who do you think is the victim? Who's to blame over here? Now, from what my sources tell me, there was obviously some kind of dispute between the girl and the guys over money. The girl, she was expecting a certain amount, and the guys had felt like, listen, we've given you all we can give you, and here's $100 just to leave. Obviously, she wasn't satisfied with that, and then that caused the whole big dispute, big argument. So obviously, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so let me know your thoughts and your opinions all up in the comments. So let's just get straight into the video.
This is
so right off rip, just setting the video up, the brother was saying, hey, here's the situation. You got these, 3 or 4 dudes in an Airbnb, and you have this woman here, a local woman, they're in Cali, and they can't get her to leave. She's there. They can't get her to leave. Now, we don't know how long she's been there. We don't know if she was there overnight. We don't know if she was just there for a couple of hours. Based on the way she was dressed, doesn't look like she was there overnight. It looks like they might have just saw her walking around or whatever. Again, but we don't know these things. We don't know if they met this woman via online platforms like Tinder or something like that, or Match. Did they, use a third party to introduce them? Like, do they know other women? Like, was she with a group of women who were there earlier? Like, it's a lot of stuff that we don't know. But what we will see from this video is you got these 3 or 4 dudes who are simply trying to get this woman out of the establishment, out of the apartment, the condo, the Airbnb. So, I mean, these type of situations aren't unique just to Colombia, by the way. I've had issues like this right here in the good old US of A, right? And like, I know me and my cousin was talking about this not that long ago, years and years ago. We had someone come over to our home, some young women, and one girl, we had to put her out, like physically pick her up and carry her out the crib. Like, what are you doing? She refused to leave. We're having like a barbecue or something like that. And man, I don't even think we knew her. Like, it was just like a friend of a friend kind of thing. And she got so comfortable, she didn't want to go back to the hood. And she was just like, I'm just going to sit here and wait. Like, no, you're not. You got to go. And we had to pick her up and take her out the house, man. Like, what are you doing, shorty? And this is before cameras on your phone and social media and Airbnb, Uber is before all that. But she refused to leave. And you had to understand back then, bro, we were still in the streets. Like, so we was in our main crib, which made us worried because it's like, man, now this chicken head knows where we at. So That's when we began to really tighten down who we invited to come over to the spot. Like when we were in the hood spot, we didn't care who came through. Yeah, come on through, man. We up on the hill. Y'all come see us. You know what I mean? You come up here and act up if you want to. Right? We were in Cincinnati. We were in the Fay. We in the Fay apartments. Come on up here if you dare. You know what I mean? Straight hood. But our real spot was out in the suburbs in a really nice area. And yeah, that's when we really began to watch who we invited over. So I don't want you guys to think for a minute that I'm picking on Colombian women or foreign women in general. No, you know, these things happen no matter where you set up. So just keep that in mind, brother Black. Like if you were 25 now, would you be a passport bro? I would not be a passport bro. I have always been well traveled. So if I were 25 now, I would have my passport and I would be traveling. But I ain't gonna lie to you. If I were 25 now, I would probably be real picky as to where I go, and I would go places where most passport bros don't go. I wouldn't be spending a lot of time in Colombia or Brazil. You know, I wouldn't be spending a lot of time in the Philippines or Thailand. I would go to different places. I would probably be, if I were 25 now, I would probably be in like Greece, Spain, France, UK, you know, Germany, you know, parts of Western Europe, uh, definitely Japan, maybe a little time in South Korea. And I would probably visit the Golden Triangle, you know, like Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. I'll probably be through there. Um, yeah, if I were 25 now, that's pretty much where I would be traveling. The heavy emphasis on Japan. I probably would spend a good chunk of time in Japan, although there's some YouTubers who are, you know, kind of like passport bro type thing that are going over there and messing that up. So when you have a group of people who aren't used to traveling, going out to see the world, it gives us all a bad name. It was the same thing when we were in the military, right? So when the United States Army would show up somewhere, we all have us Army on our shirt. So, you know, U.S. Army. So if someone with us Army on the shirt goes over there and does something horrific to the people who live there, the next group of soldiers who show up with us Army on their shirts, we're already the enemy because someone else did it. It's the same thing with cops. You know what I mean? Like you hear all these things about cops. The vast majority of law enforcement people are pretty good, but you got the bad cops. So if some bad cop comes and do something, you know, he's like just out there being bad or whatever, just being dirty, you're gonna be looking at all cops sideways, like because you don't know who to trust. So this is what's going on, in my opinion, with these passport bros. They don't know how to travel. They're just out here doing what they do, and you know, it's just giving, you know, anyone who travels a bad name. So that's just something. That's how I would be doing it. On the spot, live was in the building. I am the single one. Was good, sis. Good to see you. I hope you are well. Please, guys, go check her out, man. On the spot, and I am the single one. She has 2 channels. Check out her YouTube channels, man. She normally does her lives early in the morning. She just like this early show is real cool. I do my best to catch it, but in the mornings I'm doing stuff like taking my daughter to school and running errands or whatever. But whenever I can, I'm over there supporting. So please do that, sis. If you're with us in the chat still, man, do me a favor and put a link to your page in the description so people could come in there and follow you if they haven't already done so. But you know, we family here. Pretty much everyone has followed. But please put your link in the description, and the people who are watching Team Replay could go over there and check you out. Like she has some good stuff going over there, y'all. So yeah, man. If I were 25 years old, I would definitely travel. But I would be leery as to where I would go, and I wouldn't go where all the touristy and or passport bros are going. I would stay away from those places. Like even if I went to Medellin, I wouldn't be nowhere near where they are. I would set myself up somewhere else and come up with my own group of folks, you know, locals or whatever that I hang with, and it'll be kind of a different experience. Or I would be with someone like Redbeard, you know, like Casey, like a guy who lives there. You know, if I didn't know any better, if I were to do like hang out with some touristy type people, I would probably do that. But to be honest with you, I would just find my own folks, set up my own little network in that country, and that's who I would deal with and kick it with. We did that in South Korea. We did that in Japan. That's what I would do. Not a big fan of the Middle East, so I probably wouldn't go to the Middle East at all. You know what I mean? Barely, if at all. But I would definitely be through Europe, Spain, Greece, France, you know, of course, the UK and Western Europe. That's what I would be doing if I were 25 years old, man. So anybody out there thinking about doing it, don't be afraid. Just go out there, you know, because I know how to talk to people and I know how to respect people's culture. And that's all it takes, bro. That's all it takes. Brother D Mac is in the building. What's good, fam? The problem is those dudes are trying to ball on a budget and it's not coming across well. Facts. That is definitely part of the issue. That's definitely part of the issue. Like you're out here trying to do whatever you're trying to do, and the women there know it. And like I said on a couple lives before, talking about the same thing with passport bros, they have priced themselves out of the market that they want to be in. That's the real problem that I see. They priced themselves out. These women don't want to be with them. You have to pay them. So these dudes have to pay. We're gonna see what these dudes look like. You will see what I'm talking about. These dudes have to pay, and they're on a budget. They're not trying to waste a dime because they only have so much money. Again, I'm not mad at that, bro. I'm not mad at that at all. Again, what the average American income in America, the average income per person in the U.S. is around $65,000, right? That's not a lot of money here in the U.S. But if you're making that kind of bread and you save up for your trips and you go someplace like Colombia, Philippines, Thailand, bro, you can go out there with a good chunk of change, which is nothing in America. But you can do good down there for like a weekend or a week or something like that. So the amount of money that most people spend when they go out in America just for the weekend, that could pay for a whole week in Colombia, right? Just so you guys know. Scam Likely's in a building. What's good, fam? I see you back at it, man, on YouTube, back at it, doing your thing. I ain't mad at you, you know what I mean? And there she is right there on a spot live, Yo, check that out. Check out also I Am the Single One. There's her link below. Please, please, please go over there and show some love. Also, Scam Likely has a YouTube channel that he's back at it, doing it again. Please show some love, go over there and support him as well. So let's get back to the video.
It's Princess Sita Diaz. She is 24 years old. This is what she normally looks like when she's feeling good and happy, because what you're about to witness in this video will be the complete opposite. She made acquaintances with a group of men she met in Cartagena, but it quickly turned sour. Both parties recorded the encounter.
He's no honesty morning, no honesty morning, no honesty morning, no brown people, it's no honesty morning. No honesty morning for nothing here. No honesty morning. Honesty morning. Honesty morning. Honesty morning. Danger people. Danger people. Danger people. Danger people. No. The dangerous people. Yeah. Dangerous people.
So yeah, I saw that, right? She's pulling her phone out, she's doing a live, she's recording, and she's going around and she's saying, the dangerous people, she's saying things about black folks, like stay away from these guys, they're no good. And then look at the dudes. Like they look like they're probably all of them in their 40s plus, right? Which makes sense, right? Because younger dudes don't really have the money like that because they're still trying to establish themselves. And the older dudes, they've established themselves in their careers or whatever. They're a little more stable. They can, put the money aside, go and take a trip. They could travel a little bit. They have their passports, whatever. You look at those dudes, man. Those dudes down there looking for cheat codes, bro. And the woman, like little shorty, says she's 24 years old. She's very attractive. As all they can see is this body. She's a cute girl with this, this nice body. What Bill DeVoe say, man, never trust a big butt and a smile. Well, that's definitely what she had. Colombia is full of beautiful women like that. That's what they look like, bro. So, and as you can see, it looks like it's early in the day ish. It doesn't look like, they were out to the club or on their way to the club or whatever. They're just kind of hanging out. So we don't know what happened beforehand. We don't know how she got there. Like they said, they met her and she knew these dudes. One of the guys speaks Spanish, which is always a plus, of course, even though we have translator apps. So you have a guy who speaks Spanish. Was this something that they set up prior to coming? Like, hey, I got these girls. Which one of those dudes actually brought her in? And what agreement was discussed? Feel me? It's like you see how you have so many different scenarios that could be at play right now. I tell people all the time, I'm not a big fan of Airbnbs, especially when I'm traveling abroad. I want security. I want to be in a nice building. I want management, right? I want, people there. I want access. I want cameras everywhere. That's what I'm looking for. That not only protects the people that may come hang out with me, but it protects myself as well. And for this, again, but these dudes are balling on the budget. 4 of them in an Airbnb. They're trying to save money on their daily expenses. Nah, bro, I'm going to take that money and get myself a nice hotel. There's a desk, there's security, like I said, cameras, secure elevators, the whole 9. That's what I'm going to do. So if I get into a situation like this, it's not going to be a problem. All I got to do is call a desk. They're going to come up and remove her. Right? I'm going to leave the hotel room and say, hey, I can't, just a local woman in my room. She refuses to come out. I need some help. They're going to go, I'm going to leave the room. They're going to go up there and they're going to get her out of there. Simple as that. As soon as they come upstairs, they're there, I'm walking out. They're going to go get her out of the hotel. We're done. We're done. But when you have an Airbnb, you don't necessarily have that. You know what I mean? Look at this game, like he just got back from Cartagena Monday. I am not a passport bro. I know I'm not. I've been traveling long before this passport bro thing was a thing. Brother Pitney, he was like, my only issue with passport bros is that many of them think going to another country will make all their issues with women automatically disappear. You still need to be a person of value. Going overseas is only useful if you're already a man of value and a value that can't find what you're looking for domestically. Right. And that's what it is. I'm gonna put you guys on mute for just 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to take care of some home business. So, and I agree with you, bro. And I've been screaming at from day one, man. A lot of these bros think it's a cheat code. If you have no game in America, you're certainly not going to have no game down there. The days are over when it was the dreaminess. Like when I was traveling in the early 2000s and late 90s, going down to Aruba, you know, the DR, Brazil, Colombia. Like, bro, back then, there weren't any brothers out there traveling. There wasn't a whole lot of Americans like that traveling. It was a certain class of Americans that were traveling. And the women were just, you were just inserted into their world and you just worked accordingly, right? I still had game. I still knew how to talk to folks. Women still approached me. You know what I mean? I would be able to talk to them and get them going. I'm laughing and all that, and then have a good time. They want to come back to the crib, they come back to the crib. That's just how it works. Now, they've caught on to this new situation. Now, all they see are dollar signs. These guys, like these, they're not even thinking about these dudes. We were, even when we used to travel back then, there would be guys who were lower status dudes that would just mess it up. The girls hated them, and the girls wouldn't even deal with them. And it got to a point where there would be a group, and one guy in the group would just be like, he shouldn't even be there. Again, this is a reason why I like to travel by myself or with people I know can travel. Be one dude in the group that's just messing it up for everyone else. And, you know, like the guys that have their little quote unquote Colombian girlfriends coming through, and they're trying to always bring another girl for this dude who is just a pain in the ass. Why? Because he has no game. No game at all. And he's sitting there crying over paying $20 for dinner. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, everyone's going out. Your cut is 20. We're at one of the finest restaurants in town. Like it's the equivalent to a Cheesecake Factory, right? It's not Mr. Chow's, but it's a really nice upscale-ish restaurant. We done got bottles and mad food and appetizers and there's dessert, and it's time for us to kick in, and it's like $20 each. That's how inexpensive it was. And you got a guy complaining, well, I didn't eat this and that, and I didn't do that. Okay. And you know, that's why I learned at an early age, man. I don't kick it with everybody. I don't once I see that, I'm done. And now I'm to the point where if you look vaguely dusty, I ain't fucking with you. Right. And I'm already by myself, or I'm with my guy. Like it's me and one other dude, maybe 2 other dudes. We know what time it is, man. Like we're G's in it. And we see a group of guys, man, I'll get up. Like, you hanging out with them? Oh, these are my guys from so-and-so. All right, man, y'all have fun, bro. I'm gonna holler at you. You ain't staying? Hell no. My dudes know what time it is. Them your people, bro. Have fun. Peace. I'm out. I'll catch you later. And I'm doing what I do. You know what I mean? It's like DL 5-star me, please. You're absolutely 5 stars, love. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And Brother D Mac is like, one of the things that stuck out was 4 men in one Airbnb. Exactly. It's like it's like you said, bro. They're trying to ball on a budget, man. They're trying to just, it's crazy. Brother D Mac, you can get some serious baller type of Airbnb high rise with security, but you will pay for it. Yes, that I'll do. And you guys can look it up. Pull out, go online right now and you can look it up. Pull up who is it? Pablo Escobar's penthouse in Medellin. You can pull that up, right? You can rent that. At least you could have up to 5 years ago. I don't know about now, but we used to, it was like, man, look at this penthouse. Man, this was Pablo Escobar's penthouse. You can rent this thing for like, I want to say it was $800 a night, something like that back then. This was, this was years ago. It might have been 800, maybe $1,000 a night. And it has like a ridiculous amount of bedrooms. Like, bro, you could be in there with 5 or 6 guys. And we were looking at it like, yeah, bro, it probably costs us $200-$300 a night, depending on how many dudes we bring. And we were looking at it like just the three, it's going to be like 3 of us with this big old penthouse. And it had like, I don't know, 5-6 rooms, maybe more, something crazy. Someone look it up and you see what I'm talking about. Like, someone look it up and check my math. And I don't know what they're renting it for now, but back then, man, it boiled down to a couple $100 a night. And yeah, like, and it's like Brother D-Max says, security in the whole 9, but these dudes, 4 dudes in an average looking Airbnb, it's like, bro, you barely could afford the flight, but they're going down there so they can be seen by beautiful women, man. Let's keep it 100. That's what they're doing. I'm not mad at them for that. I'm not mad at all, man. Just do you, bro, if that's what it takes. But I would say to those passport bros who were doing this, you can get a fine woman in America, man. You can go to Miami, you can go to LA, you can go to Vegas. You can get you a woman that's just as fine as Lil Shorty is in America if you got game. And I would challenge these dudes to work on their game. And it's like, well, they won't look at me because they think I'm a brokey and this and that. Work on your game, man. Money is only a qualifier, bro. It's not the end all, the be all. We got Brother Smee was in the house. G'day, bro. G'day. Good to see you, man. We're over here talking about passport bros. You know what I mean, brother? Scam likey. I am not Dusty, but I sure am cheap. I won't spoil the fun though. That's crazy. Like, I'm not Dusty, but I sure am cheap. Yeah, I can't be around cheapies, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? If I caught you, if we traveling somewhere, that's fine. I'll be here. I'll be in the town. Best believe you. Where is Saint? He up there. He up there he's up in that penthouse over there. I will definitely pay that, bro, because you only live once. You ain't taking none of that money with you when they put you in the box, bro. So when I'm going down there, I'm having the time of my life, right? And it's on the budget. I mean, think about it. If I go to LA or Atlanta, I'm staying at the W, bro. I'm gonna be paying at least $350, $450 a night. And that's with a discounted rate. Like, so if you're spending that much money in Cartagena, man, like, bro, you live in, you know what I mean, 10 stars. It ain't gonna be 5 stars, it's gonna be 10 stars. Scam say, yeah, he's like, I'm not Dusty, but I sure am cheap. Bro, that you crazy, man. You crazy. Let's get back to the video.
She is a scammer. Put her on Instagram. Put her on Instagram and YouTube telling her she's a scammer. So fuckers won't fuck with her. So she won't get no business.
Crazy people.
No business.
Crazy people. No pay me. If everything today, tonight. No me for me. No me, no nothing. Nothing. No quiere. No. Good. Bad. Me. Mal hombre. Bad. Me. Bad. You are no more for me. I like it. No, I like it.
The atmosphere is tense, and the guys just want Princess Sita to leave, but she believes that she is owed some money, and she is not leaving until she receives it.
See, there you go, man. When they see these dudes, they see dollar signs, bro. They don't want to spend time with these men. That's on the man. They got this woman here. Maybe maybe there was some sort of deal struck, or she thought she was going to get more than what they was going to pay or whatever. And you heard the guy in the background saying she does bad business. So, okay. So you're telling me right now that, you know what I'm saying, she's a working girl. She's in the game. And you're broadcasting it while she's filming. Yeah, she's bad business. Don't stay away from her. She's bad business. Hey, bro, right now you got a problem. You got a problem. And, why is she in there by herself? She's wearing a T-shirt and shorts. She's got on a hat. She's extremely casual. What's going on? Like, did she believe she was going to be there with them for the weekend? Were these guys talking all this talk and she's thinking this is, me or more? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my boyfriend, this is my husband, you know, kind of thing. Like it's what were they thinking? What was going on? Who was doing the talking? Because it's, to me, it seems real strange. It's just one woman in there. Just one. And these dudes just kind of hanging around like they have that look on in their eyes like we're stuck here until we can get rid of this girl. They don't know what to do. She's sitting here crying. Why is she crying? Because she was banking on some bread. Now, you know, it could be something else. Maybe she smooth talked her way in there, got in there, and then, you know, having them guys think, yeah, I like you, you know, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, like, and then gets in there and she's like, okay, give me money. And they're like, nah, we ain't, it ain't like that. We don't pay. You should leave. And she's like, nope, I'm here. You told me to come back here. You owe me money. It could be that kind of thing. Right. And then it's a lightweight kind of bribery situation. Like, if you want me to leave, you're gonna have to pay me to leave. So it's so many questions. You know what I mean? Like, Scam seen this video already. I haven't. This is the first time I saw it, bro. I was like, crazy. This is sad, sis. But you got to understand, like, a lot of women in this game, like, who knows what she needs the money for? Like, this is desperation on her part. Like, she's got to have this bread. Like, she done spent this time. So whatever reason, she got to have this bread. And the big thing is, the biggest shift from my point of view in all this is the passport bros, when they go to the women who are the working girls or the girls in the game, they've taken them off the pesos and put them on the dollar. And that's the problem. That's the problem. She understands how much the US dollar is versus the peso. So instead of saying, you know, instead of paying her, you know, the equivalent to $50 in Colombian pesos, now she wants 100, 200, 300, 400 US dollars. And she understands that these guys have it, right? And this, in her mind, she's like, these dudes got the money. I'm going to get this bread. That's what the passport bros have done. This is what I talk about when I keep saying that they have priced themselves out of their own market. This is what they have done. So Brother Penny's like, on the outside looking in, it looks like they tried to set up an arrangement and some of the terms got lost in translation. Yep. There is a dude who speaks Spanish in the room. So I think you're right. And I think once she got to the room and the guy who speaks Spanish was able to clearly, you know, let her know what the situation is, she didn't like the situation. She's like, I ain't leaving. And this is a bad situation to be in. This is a bad situation to be in America. This is a real bad situation to be in some foreign country.
Yeah, put her on Instagram. Put her on Instagram, put her on YouTube.
Me toquen más que todavía no starts en la video.
Don't leave this in here with all your shit in here.
No, she got to go.
So as you can see in the video, the girl, she's acting real belligerent. She's walking around, acting very hostile, being very aggressive. While in comparison, the three guys in the apartment, they've been quite calm, collected. They've tried their best to try and, you know, diffuse the situation and to try to reach a compromise. I mean, they even offered her $100 just to leave the apartment, but she refused.
I don't.
So they're to the point now, like, man, just give her some money to get her out of here. $100 is for y'all. 25. Everybody kick in $25, man. Let's get her $100 to get out of here, which is a lot of money in Colombia. But again, the passport bros have taken it off the Colombian peso and replaced it with the dollar. So now they're really not saving any money. So they're going down here thinking we're gonna get some dimes and we're gonna pay to play and it's gonna be lit. Now they're going down here and they're spending the same amount of money they will be spending here in America. Again, they've priced themselves out. And then you got the dudes, the top tier guys who go down there with game, with understanding. They go talk to a woman and the woman is attracted to the guy. So it's not even about money, is it? It's not about money at that point. She wants to date. She's just trying to hang out with you. And yeah, the date is going to end the way the dude wants it to end. The date's going to end with a smash. And she may or may not ask for money after the fact, but she's really going to be just trying to come back. And then she's going to run that game, you know, like my grandma needs an operation, or, you know what I mean, my niece needs clothes for school, or my ferret is sick. She might run that game and try to get $25 here, $50 there, $100 there, whatever. She might do that, but she's not going to come to you and say, hey, give me this much money and I will give you the Foxy Brown. You know, because those women who dig the guy, they don't want them to know that they're in the game like that. Again, but a lot of these women are forced. This is the only way they can get money. It's completely saturated. Y'all can go back and watch the video I did with my friend Kat. She was on here and she was talking about that. Like, families groom young girls to go out there and get in the game and get the money. Like, you might have this 24-year-old woman right here, and she's cute. She might be supporting her entire family, her mom, her dad, her grandma, her grandpa, all the kids. She might be supporting, like, she gotta have that money. Right? She's like, she's probably frustrated. Like, man, I done wasted all this time. I could have been over here with so-and-so, guaranteed bread over here. I done lost that money, so I gotta get that back. Right? And she's gonna do everything she can to get it. And again, this is all the understanding that guys are lacking, these passport bros. This is the game that I'm talking about. Beyond the game of how to maneuver in the sexual marketplace, that, you know, you need to understand that game as well, but you need to understand where you are and how the economy works down there. And you need to understand how dangerous the situation could get. She knows where you are. There's no security there. How hard would it be for her to go talk to her cousins and have them come back there and run up in the crib? How hard would that be? Right? So, you know, and these guys are like, man, one of them is probably saying, well, let's just leave her here. And then when we come back, she'll be gone. Like, man, we can't leave her here. You know what she gonna do to this spot? You know what I mean? Like, she gonna rip this place apart. And he's right.
Don't trust her. Don't leave her in here by herself.
Yeah, because a half an hour is only both original price. Tomada de Nero.
Show the money, take outside.
Yeah.
Outside, I'll be out.
Mi amigo tiene la dinero para ti.
Let's go.
Mi amigo tiene.
If she don't want to go, I will call
Él
her.
tiene $100 para ti. Él tiene $100 para ti.
I'm not trying to take sides or anything, but she's in the presence of 4 grown men, and she's not trying to make any compromises whatsoever. She's
in the presence of 4 grown, old, fat dudes down there trying to level up. And again, I'm not mad at them, but she got duped by their game. She thought these dudes had money. She thought they were top tier guys. Get back to the crib, like, all 4 of y'all are renting this. As soon as she walked into that condo, she realized, like, these dudes don't have money like she thought. And she's like, I got to get something. They're offering her $100 to leave. They're not paying her in pesos. They're pulling out greenbacks. That was the fatal flaw that the passport bros did with respect to Colombia. Moving forward, you know, I bet you the passport bros stopped going. I bet you they stopped going. And it's just going to be like that Austin dude who went to Colombia, and then he went to Brazil, and then he went Thailand, and then he went to Eastern Europe, and then he went. I mean, I think that that's what's going to happen. These dudes are going to be like, oh, man, they done blew up the spot, and they're going to leave. And, you know, there's a lot of women in Colombia right now. They will absolutely stay away from Americans, Black Americans. And if they can look at you and tell because you dressed the way these dudes were dressed, they walking around dressed like that. Like, come on, man, you scream gringo the way you're dressed. When I'm down there, I'm dressed the way that they dress. I dress the way the locals dress. I don't wear shorts. I don't wear slides. I don't wear flip-flops. Right? I'm wearing nice shoes, wearing jeans, or I might have on linen stuff. I might have on linen shirts and pants. You feel me? I'm wearing my hats the way I wear my hats. I'm doing that. I'm walking around like they walk around. If I'm in Colombia, I look like a Colombian. If I'm in Panama, I look like a Panamanian. If I'm in Thailand, you know what I mean? I'm at least dressed and moving a certain way. Right? Obviously, I don't look Thai at all, but I'm dressed and I move a certain way. I certainly don't look like a sailor. I certainly don't look like a Marine. Right? When I was a paratrooper, when I was in the Army and we traveled, I looked like a guy in the Army who's traveling. You know what I mean? Had the high and tight, clothes didn't fit right, all that kind of stuff. Now I'm a grown up. I know how to travel. So these dudes, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, man. Like, these guys just don't know. Brother Smeagol's, they look like they're all over 45s. And yeah, man, they're old, man. And Black folks, like, I don't look my age, bro. So You got to whatever number you think, you probably got to add 8 to 10 years, bro. For real. People think I'm in my 40s. You know, I've had people come up to me, like young girls, and like, I thought you were like 35. I'm like, nah, baby, way older than that. So you got to add whatever number you have in your head when you're looking at Black Americans, add about 5 to 8 years to that, bro. Because we don't crack. Most of us don't. Brother Penny, like, women in these countries are always just a few degrees of separation away from their version of Pookie and Ray Ray. Yes, you have to tread carefully. Facts. Pookie and Ray Ray, they're related to him, man. It's their cousin, man. It might be their brother, uncles. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. The only reason they hesitate to hit the tourists is because they know the cops are going to come get them. The government does not want tourism dollars to go away. So tourists are protected. I can tell you for personal experience, tourists are protected. I know a couple times walking around Medellin, Parque Leger, I was wrong. I should have got knocked over my head. So they should have robbed me. But every time I looked up, there was a cop there. There was a cop like on every block. And they were looking for me because they were on the radio saying, "Here comes this dumb drunk gringo." They were looking out for me. No one got close to me. No one touched me. And I was like a mile and a half away from my hotel, man. Just walked all the way up the hill to Hotel Diaz. The whole way, every block, every other block, there was a cop. You know what I mean? So they are looking out for the tourist dollars. Just now there's a flood of these passport bros down here who are gang goofy, and they're getting caught up. They're getting caught up, and it's not much that the police can do. They're trying, like, so these women understand that if these passport bros get hurt, the police are gonna come and really storm on her family and friends. You know what I mean? So you definitely gotta be careful. And Brother Smee was like, they offered her $100, and she said to herself, "I bet I can get more if I hang around longer." Facts. They offering $100. They can each pay $100. There's 4 of them in here. I want $400. That's what she's thinking. They can each pay $100. So, and they got a Spanish speaker in there, so you don't have to worry about the blurred communication. Like, dude, Spanish is way better than mine. Like, dude, Spanish is on point. So, again, this is what happens when people don't know how to travel and they start hitting these places. They come out here and they just doing what they do. It is what it is. $100 to leave was a very good offer. I've never had to pay somebody to leave in a foreign country, y'all.
Just acting really, really arrogant. She's recording them, which she's meant to do, obviously, to capture what happens from her perspective. But she's just, not trying to be humble about the situation. Like I said, nobody knows what really transpired between the guy and her and what was agreed. But it's safe to say that $100 to leave is a good deal. I mean, I would take it.
Él tiene $100 para ti. Él tiene $100 para ti. ¿Quieres los dólares o no?
You
Chica,
got your money, right?
chica, ¿quieres los dólares o no?
250 le dije. En una vez estoy diciendo eso.
¿Qué más? What? What? ¿Qué?
Sí, son $200.
Guy offers her
Did y'all see that? Brother Smee was just spot on. She wanted more money. She's negotiating with these dudes. I'll leave. I want $150 to leave. Dude was like, what? And she, what? And he's saying, now I want $200. This is what I'm talking about, bro. You should know before you invite this woman back to your spot that she's like this. How is it y'all ain't vetting? And see, that's another thing. They don't know how to vet for this sort of thing. They don't know how to filter this stuff out. You need to learn female nature, and you need to learn game. You need to learn how that game is applied at different levels, right? For the ghetto chicks. Just because this woman right here is fine doesn't mean she ain't ghetto. Little Shorty's a chicken head for sure. She fine though, but she's a chicken head. She got a chicken head mentality, right? So you need to know how to deal with the people at this level. You need to know how to deal with the people who are the working class out here, working hard, doing their thing. So you need to know how to deal with those folks. And you need to know how to deal with the top tier people. You know what I mean? The owner class. You need to learn how to deal with the different classes of people in these countries wherever you go. You need to know that. And then you need to know where you truly fit. They shouldn't have been dealing with this woman. If I'd have been with these guys, first of all, I'm like, we ain't all going to be going in on this Airbnb. You must be high. like D-Max said, we're gonna go in on Airbnb. We're gonna have hot tubs on the roof. You know what I mean? We're gonna have security, cameras everywhere. You know what I mean? We're gonna have what we need. We're gonna have a chef, right? We're gonna have like a personal masseuse coming through here. We're gonna have all that. If we're gonna, we're gonna all go in, let's do it for real. And then we're gonna only be dealing with a certain class of woman. I'm not gonna be dealing with chicken heads. We're gonna be dealing with women who are used to dealing with this caliber of man. But they don't understand that. Looking for cheat codes, bro. This is how you get jacked up. This is how you get jacked up, man. Brother Penny was like, the current passport bros, it seems to me that it's only transactional so they can get crop. But if you have game, you get quality. Right, they get crap. But if you got game, you get quality. Facts. Just like if you're back home, people think it's a cheat code traveling. That's what I've been screaming. That's what I've been screaming, bro. 100%. You're absolutely right. It's not a cheat code. You know what I mean? They should have called Casey. They absolutely should have. They absolutely should have, Brother Penny. They'd have did way better. They'd have did way better. They'd have had the yacht party. They'd have been posted up in a cool spot, a safe spot, and they would have had that caliber. I'm talking beauty. They would have had the same caliber of beauty come through there, but socially, she would have been a higher tier. They ain't here dealing with a chicken head. You know what I mean? Brother D-Mac, 80% of the brothers that travel are hitting spots where the bottom feeders hunt. Exactly. Exactly, bro. That's, man, fire. This is the brother. Yo, I can tell you travel, D-Mac. I can tell you traveled, Brother D-Mac. You've been out there. And that's the problem with the vast majority of passport bros. They're not prepared. They haven't done the work. You know what I mean? They're not gamed up to be going to these places. And like I said, the game has changed. So they're going down there, they're getting their pockets ran no matter what.
$100. And just look at her face. Look at her reaction. The way she says no. She goes, I told you I wanted $150. This is just a leave. So, at this point, I don't blame the guy who was trying to negotiate on behalf of his friend, because, $100 is $100 anywhere in the world. It's a lot of money. And to be offered $100 and not want to leave, you're just insulting the intelligence and the grind and the hard work of grown men.
¿Qué más? What? What? ¿Qué?
Son $200.
No $100, no más. No más. $100. Él te pregunta por 50 más. Ahora te pregunta por 100, 200.
Tú de mi bolso, llevártelo. Tú mi bolso, llevártelo.
Él dale $100, tú salir. Tú salir.
Danger people.
Él dale.
Yeah, these dudes are broke, man. These dudes are broke. They simply don't have it. And she doesn't want to accept it, man. These dudes are broke, man. We don't know at what part of the trip this is. Is this the last night? Is this the end of the trip? They about getting ready to go home. They done spent all their money. You know what I'm saying? They done busted all their loads or whatever. You know what I mean? Brother D-Max, like, I traveled all my life. And he's like, until I got married. I ain't mad at you, bro. That's what's up, man. You must have found it. You found the one, bro. We got Brother Chris in the building, man. G-Complex is in the building, man. Yeah. He's like, from this video, I gather these guys don't have enough travel expenses to deal with the locals. Bro, they came down there with exactly X amount of dollars each, and that's it, not a penny more. And that was it. That's their budget. And it's like, can't get no more. You know what I mean? Done depleted the savings, all the coffers are empty. That's all the money we got. And they just can't afford, they probably can't afford the $100 they're offering her. Right? They're like, how we gonna get to the airport? We got to still pay for the taxi and all that kind of stuff, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Like, these dudes just, and again, I'm not throwing shade. I'm not trying to talk crazy about these dudes. I'm just saying they got caught up in the situation. Now, here's the thing. This situation is definitely I'm looking at this now. I'm like, bro, the police are going to have to get involved in this. And that's a problem within itself. You have no idea what it's like to deal with law enforcement in some of these countries, bro. You just don't know. You might have to pay the cops off. So you're looking at trying to get her $100. The police might show up and you might have to really give them $300 or $100 each or whatever, how many cops show up. You might have to pay them. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, here go your $300, get rid of her, and they'll take care of business. But if you don't have any bread, they might take you in. All right, we're going to take you in. Now you done missed your flight. You don't have a place to stay. You done maxed out all your money, your credit cards or whatever. You ain't got no bread. You in trouble. Now you trying to call home and get people to, Zelle or Cash App you some money to help you out the situation. This is the fatal flaw for the game goofy passport bros. There's some passport bros out there who know what they're doing. There's some guys out there who know how to travel, right? Or there's some passport bros who link up with dudes who know how to travel and they kind of show them the ropes. But the vast majority of guys are just grabbing their passports, buying taking a flight to Cartagena. I don't even know why they went to Cartagena or Cali. I don't even know why they went to Cali to begin with. You know what I mean? Unless if you're really into Latin dancing, like salsa, merengue, bachata, that's why you go there. Of course, we know these dudes ain't doing that. So like it's they just put themselves in a bad position. You know what I mean? Bad positions. Yeah, you're right, D-Mac. Them brothers are rolling thirsty, extremely thirsty. They don't know what they're doing. But I mean, for them, the trip is a success. They done, the fact that she's there, they probably done already hollered at 3 or 4 other baddies. They done met with and did some things. Like they done smashed something that's probably the most beautiful woman they've ever dealt with. And to them, just that one encounter will be worth the trip for them, to be honest with you, bro. I mean, think about it. If you don't have any game, you're never going to pull something like that in America. Just think about it. On the spot. I'm the single one. She's like, based on what I've seen, I believe they promised her more to get her there. Maybe, sis. I think it because someone said it in the chat. I think it's more lost in translation. I think it was Brother Pitney. I think it probably was some stuff lost in translation. You might have a guy promising her funds in Colombian pesos, and she's thinking US dollars, and there's a big gap there. Huge gap. So you got that. Or maybe she knew, like, well, this is confusing. He doesn't speak Spanish that well, so I'm going to go back there. And once I get to the crib, then I can run my hand. But then they got a guy who speaks Spanish. She gets back to the crib, and there's a dude who speaks Spanish. So she can't run that game. And now she's stuck on stupid. Well, he said this, but nah, dude's like, you got a translator now. So I think that could have been part of it, but I think she was running game the moment that she saw those dudes. Again, the way they dress, the way they look, she's looking at dollar signs. She's not attracted to these dudes. She's just looking at dollar signs. Like, how much can I run these dudes for? You know what I mean? Brother Smith was like, seems to me that they probably be better off paying for it back home in the next town. They look probably be better off paying for it downtown in their hometown. You know what I mean? Scam likely. I will be going to Cali, Colombia, and maybe Santiago, Chile this year. Yeah, you'll have fun. Like Santiago's cool. I haven't been, but I got friends who were recently there. They like it. It's a different vibe. Again, if you know how to travel, man, it's great. Like if you dance, bro, so it makes sense for you to go to Cali. You're gonna have a good time dancing down there. They really pride themselves on their salsa skills. So when you go down there, bro, you're gonna have fun. You'll definitely come back dancing. You'll be more loose and fluid. You'll have fun, bro. Wonderful 34 is in the building. What's good, fam? My brother Scam is like, I understand the Spanish. She is raising the price on them. Yeah, of course. Oh, they got a dude who speaks Spanish. So, dude, he right off rip, he's like, what, 200 now? You went from 100, 150 to 200? Yeah, she's running game. She's running game. And it's for them, man. Like, bang, I'll kick in that $50 each, man. Let's get her out of here. At that point, they will look better doing that. But this is going to escalate. Law enforcement is going to get involved, and you never know how it turns out when the police show up. You know what I mean, brother? G Complex, he was like, something else I noticed. These guys probably didn't recognize the red flag she has. Bro, and I was saying that earlier, man. They don't have the game. All they can see is the big button to smile. They didn't have the game to realize, like, this, don't mess with that one. Why are you messing with that one? You know what I mean? But again, they're mesmerized by her beauty, man. There's nothing but beauty down there, bro. There's tons of women that look like her walking around down there. Tons. You know what I mean? Let's continue.
There's people.
$8 100 más dólares.
Hey, Sean, did you show her money?
Yeah, but she still act like she don't want money.
But
She trying to extort you, man.
What's the rate on the
Don't worry about the rate. It's just the fact
that
that
you
now
showed us.
you offered her the money. Now she act like she don't want to take the money.
She don't.
She's trying to twist us out of trying to get some more money.
Yeah.
She need to go.
Yeah.
She need to go. You know what you're doing.
She wanted $150 minimum to leave. Now, to me, anybody who's doing that is just somebody who's trying to, play games or trying to extort that person. So to try and get more than $100 just to leave, for not doing anything, it just seems ridiculous.
They're talking about what's the rate and all that, man. They're down there to pay for play. There is absolutely no doubt in this situation right here. Hey, how much you gonna cost for me to get them skins? I want that Foxy Brown. How much you want? And the fact that they're negotiating in U.S. dollars as opposed to Colombian pesos, yeah, man, they might as well stay in America. Because trust me, the women in the game, they're gonna figure out their worth real quick. They're gonna figure out how much they can get real quick, and they're sizing up the dudes as soon as they see them. And again, there are any passport bros out here, man. If you guys are watching this on Team Replay, I'm not no shade towards y'all, man. Do what you got to do. All I'm saying is game yourself up so you can avoid this. You want to be able to avoid this situation right here. You should be able to see a mile away that this one is a problem, just like you can see them in America. Like this one straight out the trailer park or straight out the hood, it's a problem. Or this one is just so pretentious, I don't want nothing to do with her. She a problem, man. You should be able to see that. That's what the game is all about. And they're getting run.
Oh, shit.
You're trying to twist us out of more money.
And you need pay me $200.
You.
$100.
Oh my God.
$100, baby. No.
What I would say was a mistake, though, was when the brother slapped the girl's phone out of her hand. I understand where he's coming from. He probably lost all patience. But this single action is what escalated everything to the next level. And as you can see in the next, clip or so, the girl, she starts screaming and she starts hitting the table. And that's when the glass table shatters all on the floor and everything just, all hell breaks loose.
So yeah. Now, dude is not trying to hit her or anything like that. He's just trying to get her phone. Bad move. I don't know what he was thinking. That's dumb. And it's absolutely going to escalate. And who knows where that could end. You're in a foreign country, 3 or 4 dudes, 1 female. Man, when law enforcement gets on the scene, might be a problem. If this was America, it'll definitely be a problem. Definitely be a problem, man. Yeah, Brother Smith was like, I like how she speaks. Seems good when she really wants to cash. Yeah, it's $200. No problem understanding that right there, bro. Brother Knightish is in the building. What's good, fam? Always a pleasure to see you. But you're absolutely right, Brother Smeebles. Absolutely right. She had no problem whatsoever. Nah, y'all gonna pay me $200 to leave. Clear as a bell.
$200.
You. Oh my God.
$100, baby. No. Take it outside. Come on. Outside. Take it outside. Take it outside.
The video, no.
Take it outside.
Mira, touch my cell phone, mira. Touch my cell
Come
phone.
on.
Touch my
Take,
cell
go
phone
out.
in the video.
You need to leave.
Touch my cell phone. Touch my cell phone. No.
Take it.
Touch my cell phone. 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 Touch my cell phone.
Houston, we have a problem.
They got a big problem right now. They got a big problem right now, bro. They got a big problem. Huge problem. Huge. At this point, prior to this, it certainly would have been worth the $200. Just get out. $200. Come outside with me. I'll give you $200. Come out, get your stuff. Come outside the door. I'll give you $200. Same time. Get outside, same time. Let the money go. Close the door. But even then, I would be worried. Who's she gonna go tell, man? But smacking the phone out of her hand, you take her phone. Now she's about to go full blown bonsai. She's about to go kamikaze on you, bro. About to blow up the whole spot. She's fearless. She doesn't seem to care at all, bro. You got a problem right now. You got a serious problem right now. Yep. Brother Penny, you're right. Once you get handsy, escalation is guaranteed. It's best to keep your hands to yourself at all costs, regardless of what country you're in, especially if you're on camera. 100% facts. 100% facts, bro. That table was worth more than $200 bills. You know what I mean? Think about that, man. Think about that, man. That glass alone had to be $100+. Just the glass. Shattered. Now people could get cut. She can get hurt. You know what I mean? If she's, if her feet come out of them shoes and she could cut herself or whatever, or she could pick up some glass and hit you with it and cut you. Now you just don't know how far it's gonna escalate, Brother D-Mac. If these dudes, question it, if these brothers target quality women with jobs, educated, far away from the tourist area, I guarantee their experience will be 1,000 times better. Yes, it would. Yes, it would, but they don't know that because they're not gamed up. They're not gamed up. You're going to have to go further and further away from the metropolitan areas, which means your Spanish is going to have to be on point, and you're really going to have your head on the swivel because you don't know how the gangland works, the landscape there, who owns this little village or town, who you got to check in with. You just don't know. You just don't know, but you want to go to the smaller areas, or if you're in a big metropolitan area, you want to go to where the suburbs are, man. You want to go where the working people are, the people who have those middle management jobs and stuff like that, and your experience will be 1,000 times better. But these dudes, they were just down there trying to smash cheat code, right? They just wanted cheat code. Again, can't say this enough. Passport bros, if you're watching this, I'm not knocking y'all. All I'm telling you is y'all need to get y'all game together so this doesn't happen to you. She's swinging on them boys, man. You can hear smacks. They fight.
That's my cell phone. That's my cell phone. That's my cell phone.
So I think at the point, the best move was to remove the girl from the apartment for her own protection and for her safety, because there was glass everywhere. She could have cut herself, and also to prevent further damage to the apartment.
Y'all hear them smacks and everything? Like she's saying, you touched my cell phone. You saw the dude on the ground. They probably holding her down, like trying to. Now they got to put her out. They got to physically put her out of the unit.
You done damaged the table. Oh man. Right over here.
They got to buy a new table, bro. They Airbnb that. They're getting charged what 5 times what that table really costs is on their Airbnb is damage. Airbnb is taking that money straight from there. That's what the deposit is for, right? I assume you have to have a deposit when you use Airbnb. And I know Airbnb is kind of like Uber, where you get to rate the user and the owner, right? The host and the user. So they're gonna get a bad rating. They owe money now. You gotta replace that table, bro. You gotta replace that table. And whoever the owner is, the host of the unit could come in and say other things were damaged. How are you gonna fight it? You're back in the States. They're down in Colombia. So all that because they brought the wrong woman to the crib. Now she's outside. They got her out. They finally just put her out. Those are men. For all the women who think they can fight men, you go right here. The dudes had enough. They just took her out, put her out, get out. She's out of the crib. They had to touch and pick her up. They got her out of the crib. But she's going to continue to cause a ruckus until law enforcement shows up, bro. Now you really got a problem. Thank God you got a guy who speaks Spanish with you. But that may or may not, that might not be your saving grace. But at least you can hear what the police are going to be saying. They can talk to you, whatever, you can talk to them. This thing, man, oh man, what were these guys thinking? Thinking with the wrong head.
Give no money. Oh, yes.
Hey,
Outside the apartment, Princess Sita is distressed.
Still fighting.
So she's
You see that she's still fighting. She's looking at her hands. Maybe she's got a scratch or something, or maybe she's, she's trying to think like, do I have bruises? You know what I mean? What she knows what she's doing. She knows the next step. And I'm here to tell you, if you're a foreigner in a foreign land, bro, think about America. If there's a domestic issue and people are fighting like a man and a woman or a group of men and women or whatever, they're fighting. All right. Then when the police show up, at least in Cincinnati, and this was back in the 90s into the early 2000s. Well, this was in like the mid 90s to late 90s. The police would take everybody. You had a woman and a man that was arguing or whatever. The police would put y'all both in the car and arrest both of y'all here in America. Could you imagine if they had some sort of policy like that in some foreign country? Now you're in their system. You're in the belly of that beast, right? What the hell? You done got locked up in somebody else's country. She locked up too. And they're just going to hold you until they sort it all out. And then add to that, you may or may not speak the language. You think the tape boys had it bad. At least the tape boys got millions. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? You need to think about that. You know what I mean? Brother Pitney's like, they thought the pay for play strategy was a golden ticket to good times. The price is wrong. Facts. Looking for the cheat code, bro. And now they're looking at possibly getting arrested in a foreign country. Is it worth it? Is it worth it because she got a, nice body, cute face, big butt and a smile? Is it worth it?
screaming, she's being aggressive. From what I see in the video, this doesn't look like a young lady who was drunk at all. She looks like somebody who's, fully aware of her environment and what she's doing. To me, this seems like a cold, calculated, move to try and gain some extra money.
just calm down, girl.
Get it out of there.
You need to calm down. Yeah.
I'm seeing y'all.
In an attempt to try and get attention from neighbors, Princess Sita starts screaming.
She keeps looking at her hand. She has a scratch. She has some sort of mark on her hand from that scuffle with these dudes. She knows what she's doing. Just like old boy said and the narrator said, bro. She knows what she's doing. She's not drunk. She knows exactly what she's doing. Now she's screaming, help, help. I'm surprised, you know what I mean? Like, she's just out there screaming. Police. She was saying police in broken English. Old boy out there filming with his camera, which is a good thing. Good thing. At least police have stuff to see now. The neighbors and everything are going to be into whoever owns that Airbnb. I'm sure the neighbors are calling, hey man, you got a problem over here with your Airbnb. And the police are on the way.
I'll see y'all.
And so she's screaming, and that's when the police come, and then they look around, and they obviously question the guys. This is Colombian police, so who knows what would have happened. From my experiences of having this kind of situation happen to myself or happen to people I know, police do try and take advantage of these type of situations and actually try and get some money from you. But you've got to be firm. You've got to remember that this is these kind of situations are not criminal, but they're actually just a civil dispute between two people. Police has no right to intervene in these kind of situations unless there's been some kind of criminal elements to whatever has occurred. And what the police should be doing is getting their details and getting your details and asking you guys to try and sort it out And if one party wants to take it to court or to take it further legally, then they can do so. Now, the Colombian girls, they know this, and that's why they generally try and avoid Colombian men, and they want to go with the tourists because they know the tourists don't really know the rules and how to protect themselves legally. And many tourists also and foreigners get scared at the mention of police being called, especially when police is not usually in the favor of the foreigner or the tourist in these kind of situations.
And he has a point. And another thing too, man, like in Colombia, the gang, like prostitution is not illegal. It's not illegal. Like it's the laws on it are really loose. There are laws in place that protect minors, which differ from American laws a little bit. I was talking to a lawyer friend of mine. He was breaking it down to me. I was like, wow, they have very unique and very liberal laws when it comes to sex work. And so it is what it is. She understood what was going on. And these guys, in my opinion, got lucky. Once the police showed up, like she wanted $200. What if the police got there and like, no, you're gonna pay her $200, you're gonna pay us $500. Right. So you're gonna give us $500, the cops, and then you're gonna pay her $200. So that $200 turned into that they were trying to give her one, was escalated to $150, and then quickly to $2, and now we're at $7. And the table's broken. So you're looking at well over $1,000 potentially. And if you don't have the cash right now, if you don't have a way to give them that money and they could just take you into custody, this is why you need the game, fellas. Y'all need to understand what situations y'all putting yourself in. This ain't America. This is not America. You in a foreign land. They do what they want to do. It's their country. Don't think for a minute that the American embassy is going to send somebody down there to get you, because they're not. They're not. These guys are going to be gone within a day or two. She can use their legal system to do whatever, and they might get a letter from the Colombian embassy saying, hey, man, you owe this girl $15,000 or some craziness like that. Or it wouldn't be that much money, but they might say, hey, you owe her $1,000 US. She had damage. Her hand was cut. She had hospital bills, and, their medical system is like, it's not like ours. It's kind of like a social medical kind of system. I think everyone has healthcare coverage, but they can work with her and be like, all right, just to get some money, who knows what they could possibly do. And Brother G Complex, she's like, yeah, the mark on her hand is probably from when she was hitting the tabletop. Yeah, she broke the table. And here's the thing, like, even if they do some stuff in court, yeah, they got all this video footage, but they're gonna have to hire a lawyer from Colombia. If it came to that, you have to pay that money. And then, who knows, they might tell you to fly back down there for the hearings. Like, it could just be a pain. Like, just that $200 could get so expensive so fast. You got to fly back to Colombia for that. You gotta get a flight. You got another place to stay. Like, bro, it is crazy. I am the single ones. I'm happy there are local groups in these countries setting up to protect their women and girls. Yeah, I mean, it's not what you think, sis. It is tough for women and girls. Like, when the local dudes, it's not like here in America. Like, women and girls in Colombia suffer a little bit. Like the domestic violence and stuff like that goes on down there normally goes unpunished or unanswered by law enforcement. The laws are different. So I'm pretty sure there are groups, but yeah, it's tough. And like Mexico, forget about it. Like, I feel bad for women in Mexico. Like, the certain parts in Mexico, like, it's just so rough that, women are getting deleted. They disappear. Like, it's so many missing women in certain, certain states in Mexico and certain areas. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So, but they're going to look out. Like, the law enforcement is there. And in Colombia, the cops, again, are looking out for the tourists. They want to make sure nothing's going on and no one really hurt her. They got video footage they're going to look at and see what's going on, but they really want to look out for the tourism dollar. But they will protect their people. They will protect their citizens. Don't get it twisted. And if these dudes didn't have video footage, they probably would have been, like, in some serious trouble. Brother Smeebles, she's probably thinking, if they ain't paying me, they will be paying someone a lot more than what I wanted. She probably is thinking that. She's like, one way or another. Now it's personal. Again, it all started because She's not attracted to these dudes. She was just trying to extract resources from these guys. And these guys are down here looking for a cheat code and willing to pay to play. And this is how it worked out. If there was a guy in there that she was digging and she was kind of attracted to, none of this would have happened. None of this would have happened. Some young dude in there that she just wanted to holler at, she would have had her fun, got a couple dollars, and went on about her business. But because she's in there, she's just salty. Like, man, I can't believe I'm in this room with these old men and they broke, and this, I'm getting something out of this. That's my take on it anyway.
So many guys just, to avoid the embarrassment or the headache, they end up paying the money or even paying more than the $150 or the $100 that these guys here were offering to pay. I know some people who've paid $500 just to have these kind of situations disappear, even though that they've done nothing wrong.
And so at the end of the ordeal, the news of the incident spreads like wildfire. In particular, Colombian girls who are based in Cartagena were not impressed with what had occurred, with numerous girls leaving disparaging messages on their Instagram against the men who were involved.
Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed my thoughts and my comments on this video. It's just solely here to educate you and to give you my viewpoint on what I've seen and how it stands and how it looks from my perspective. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know your thoughts. Who do you think was in the right? Who do you think was in the wrong? Who was a victim? What could have the guys done better? And what did the girl do? And what could she have done better? Let me know.
Yo, shout out to dude. That was informative. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. That was very informative. I mean, like, why is dude hiding himself? I don't know. I don't know much about him. Obviously, he's probably protecting his face for his own good, or maybe it's a gimmick. Maybe it's just what he's doing, and it gets people to watch him and add some mystery to it. I don't know. I really don't know, Brother Pitney. Some of the local men protecting the women are exploiting them. Yeah, absolutely. They just want to make sure they're the ones doing the exploiting. Facts. Brother Smeebles, they probably have targets on them now. I say don't go back for a while. Yeah, man, like this is why you had I want to say about 8 months to a year ago, maybe a little longer, in Colombia and Brazil, there was a push to get the gringos out of there. There was a guy from Texas who got finessed by this beautiful woman in Bogota, and he went down there and he deleted her. We covered that story on this platform. He actually put her in a suitcase and threw her into a dumpster, and they caught him. Thank God they caught him. So all this stuff is going on. So there was a push, like an anti, gringo push in Colombia and Brazil. And even like the Passport Bros who do a lot of the content started moving. I know Casey had to leave Colombia, Medellin for a little bit. They were after him. That I forget that one dude name out of Texas, the first Passport Bro that everyone was talking about. He's over in Eastern Europe now, I think. So yeah, they're to the point now. It's like, man, we don't want these dudes. And a lot of these Passport Bros are low tier. They don't know how to travel. They're down there trying to level up or whatever, and blew up the spot. It just blew up the spot. So I'm pretty sure it's tougher getting through customs. I'm pretty sure they're taking people through extra steps now, knowing that they're not trying to, transport anything, but just to make it tougher, just to make their experience less pleasurable. So dudes will stop coming. And that's a shame. That is a crying shame. But that's what it is. And Brother Smee was like, it's probably the guys are starting to realize, damn, I still can't get a woman in the area. People are saying it's easy mode and going crazy and getting mad. I think you got a lot of that. Just like, man, I got to pay even more. Right. It goes back to that analogy that Myron makes with the Birkin bags. Like, hey, talking to the women, like, hey, if you come in and get a Birkin bag and you pay $30,000 for a Birkin bag, but then you find out she got it for $20,000, she got it for free, she got it for $1. That girl over there paid $50,000. Like, when you be mad that people got it for cheaper, and you had to pay this price because that's your price, you're like, yeah, you'll be mad. These dudes are going down there like it's not as easy as they were told. Why is it difficult for them? Because they don't have game. And it's the same problem they have in America. It's just now they're having it in a foreign country. It's going to happen in Thailand. It's going to happen in the Philippines if it hasn't already happened. There's no substitute for this. You got to be gamed up. And I tell these dudes all the time, they get mad. I mean, dudes are hitting me up. I'm surprised no one jumped in the chat on the live. Man, you hating? I'm like, I ain't hating, bro. I'm just letting you know. There is no substitute, man. There is no cheat code, man. You got to be gamed up. You have to have the knowledge. You have to understand how things move and work. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught up like them dudes. And I think they got off very, very easy. You know, whose fault was it? It was their fault. It was their fault for not being gamed up. They don't know the rules. They went down there and they ran up on the wrong one. Was she right or wrong? She was absolutely wrong. She down there hustling. She knew what she was doing. She found some marks. You know what I mean? What we don't know is how much money was paid out. Did they wind up paying her some money? Did they wind up paying the police some money? That's what we don't know. I'm curious. I wonder, right? I would not be surprised if they were like, just give us $500. The cops like take $500. Maybe the cops gave her 100 and they kept 4, or maybe the cops kept all the 5 for themselves. Either way, they got her out of there, right? And then these dudes are left dealing with the table that was broken, that she broke. And they're going to have to pay for that. You're not going to be able to charge her for that, I don't think. You know what I mean? So just think about it. Like, what was the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, something could have happened to her. She could have fell down, hit her head, right? Deleted. And now they're looking at you know what I mean? They're looking at a case. All 4 of them will be looking at a case. With the video footage and that, don't matter. Now y'all sitting in the Colombian jail. Sitting there having deleted one of their women. So all those prisoners, all those Colombian convicts waiting for you to come in there. You better have some money, bro. You need money in this country. Our prison system is jacked up. How you think their prison system is? So be careful, guys. If you're going to travel. I encourage everyone to travel. Don't be traveling just so you can kind of come up on a woman. Travel so you can enjoy the culture, enjoy the food, right? Meet different people, you know, broaden your horizons, as they would say back in the day, man. Travel so you can learn what it's like to live in other parts of the world and how people do things in other parts of the world, bro. That's why you want to travel, man, so you can meet folks, right? Learn some cool stuff, see some cool things, man. That's why you want to travel, meet some cool people. That's why you want to do it. Not so you can go over there and smash some chick. Come on now. I mean, I get that. If that happens, it happens, but you know, learn some game. You travel someplace, then they're not used to seeing people who look like us, Americans, you know, African American at that, or black guy, whoever you want to call it, and you got a little style to you. You don't think the women gonna come holler at you? You know what I mean? Denzel Washington. What's that Denzel Washington movie? The series where he goes, is it Exterminator or something like that? It's not Exterminator. What's the name of that movie? And this is the 3rd one is out, is on Netflix now. I watched it last night. Denzel Washington is just this retired super soldier type dude who goes around and make things right for people, just regular folk. Man, I'm sure somebody tried to tell me what that movie is. Equalizer. Yes, thank you, sis. Equalizer 3, the movie. Denzel Washington is on Netflix right now. Just watched it last night. Pretty cool story, typical story. You know what I mean? He just goes one-man army, wipes out the bad guys. But in his latest one, he's in Italy somewhere. He took care of some bad guys in Sicily. Now he's in Italy somewhere. And he finds this cool little town where everyone knows everyone and they kind of take him in. And I mean, the movie is the movie. Denzel's he's the master, grand master of acting right now. I'm sorry, can't nobody do it better than that man. I was just studying the way he chose to play this character. But I was just taken in by the town itself. The town acts like its own character in the movie, and the people of the small town and how they come together and do stuff, and you know how the people looked, and they cast this beautiful woman who's dark skinned, but I mean I think she's Italian. I don't know. I got to look her up on IMDb. She has a great accent. You know, to me that's what traveling is like. You know, minus deleting the bad guys. Mine is beating up. You know what I mean? I don't want to be out there beating up the bad guys and blowing stuff up. Minus all that, but just getting to know folks and people coming up to talk to you. Hey, how are you? And like interacting with the local people and buying the goods and the food and the services and treating people the way you want to be treated. And then they invite you out. Hey, let me show you how we get down. Let me show you the real food for our region. I remember I got to go out in Korea the first time in 1993. We're in Seoul, Korea. And it was like Korean Air Force guys, Rock Air Force guys took us out, me and Jay Swans, and took us deep into Seoul. And it was the most fascinating thing I've ever seen in my life. I'd never seen people party like that in my life. I'd never seen so many people in one area in my life. Like downtown Seoul, I don't even know what district we were in, but it was amazing. It was amazing. I'm just some young broke paratrooper. Me and Jay Swans are just out kicking it. They were bringing women around us, man, because we were so unique. The stuff that we saw on the streets, man, that was a great night. That's the point of traveling. Meeting folks and having folks show you how they get down. That's the point of traveling. It's not about smashing these chicks, but these guys who bottom 80, the invisible men of America, who just want to get on with some beautiful women and they can't. So they're going to try to make it happen. If they can go to a country like Colombia and spend a couple bucks and spend some time with a beautiful woman, they're going to be happy as they can be. I am not mad at them for that. Yeah, Equalizer. Equalizer 3, check it out. It's a pretty good movie. I mean, it's the same as the other two that he did. Really good movie. It's definitely worth checking out, man. I really enjoyed that. I'll probably go back and watch Equalizer 2. I don't think I watched that one. I saw the first one. I saw parts of the first one. Man, you know what? I saw the second one, and I only saw parts of the first one. So I think I'm going to go back and watch the first one. But it is what it is. Brother D-Mac, Equalizer 3. Yep. A small town in Italy. That's the one. That's what I'm trying to tell the brothers. There is a ton of cultures and hidden gems in these small townships. Facts. I'm gonna find out what that town is. I want to see it for myself. It was like carved into the cliffs and right on the sea. Beautiful, beautiful town. Of course, they pay people big money to scout out these locations, and it's probably very expensive. This town is like, I would love to go see this town. I've actually seen it on some travel channel before. It was the church that they highlighted in this movie. Hey guys, y'all should really go check that movie out for real. And Denzel Washington not pay me to tell y'all that neither. This is not a paid advertisement. It's just a good movie. Man on Fire. It's funny you mentioned Man on Fire because Man on Fire is one of my favorite movies. And it's on the wall back there. And it's Denzel and oh man, what's the little girl's name again? I forget her name. Anyway, she's in this movie. She's in Equalizer 3, right? She's in Equalizer 3, bro. Dakota Fanning, that's her name. Dakota Fanning and Denzel was in Man on Fire, which is one of the best action flicks ever made, in my opinion. She was a young girl, maybe she was 10 or something like that, 10, 11, something like that when she made that movie. Now she's a grown woman and she played opposite Denzel in Equalizer 3. She did a good job. She did a really good job. Shout out to Dakota Fanning and Denzel Washington. I'm gonna have to wrap this up, guys. This was amazing though, man. This story is just we just had to react to this video. Send this to any passport bros, man. Like straight up. Again, I'm not shooting any shade to these brothers, but y'all definitely need to get gamed up now. If you out here and you getting your passport, you about to go down to Colombia, you best know what you're doing, bro, or you can get wrecked for real. For real. Talk to somebody who knows. You can talk to me. Send me a DM, whatever. I'll answer you as best I can. I can shoot you. Talk to Casey. You know what I mean? You can talk to Last Good Man in Jersey. He's well-traveled. You can talk to Brother D-Mac. There's people you can talk to, man, just to get some different perspectives so you can understand what you're getting yourself into and hopefully avoid a situation like we just watched on this video with Obi Laand. So yeah, man. D-Mac was like, I had some of the most memorable times in my life traveling through countries and hanging out with locals. Absolutely, bro. And bro, when people take you in, man, it's just amazing, bro. The way that they treat you, bro. Like like the Koreans, the South Koreans, man, they would hook me up, bro. Me and Jay Swans, they loved us. They loved us for some reason, man. I spoke my little broken Korean. I go in and get me some stuff, man. They wouldn't even charge me for the stuff. Like they're just giving me drinks and food and introducing me to the family. just cool people, man. Yeah, and it was Equalizer 3, bro. And Brother Smee was like, my opinion, Equalizer 3 was the best because of the story in the small town. Facts, it was really good. The other two were good too. I mean, it was just standard, old black man beating up people, which I thought was cool. There's no way I could do what Denzel is doing at my age. And he's way older than me, bro. I'm sorry, man. He's pulling out his watch, like, okay, 90 seconds. Like, bro, it'd take me a million seconds to do the stuff he's doing. And I probably poop my pants in the process, bro. It wouldn't be cool. It would not be cool at all. I'm just telling you. There's no way I could do the superhero stuff that he's doing in this movie. Crazy, but Denzel makes it work, man. But I agree. Equalizer 3 was like fire, bro. I just watched it last night. I was truly impressed. Denzel filming Hannibal and then Gladiator 2. Huh. Is he directing those, bro? Is Denzel directing those two movies? I'd be surprised if he's starring in them, but I'm gonna have to look that up. Denzel's filming Hannibal and Gladiator 2. I saw a little bit on Hannibal. I want to say that I saw a trailer or someone was talking about it, saying it was Hollywood washed. It's like nowhere near historically accurate. I don't know. I haven't looked into that, but I will. Because y'all know I love historically accurate movies. But it is what it is. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I know I did. Thanks for coming out. Please like and subscribe. Share this one for sure. If you know any passport bros, anyone who's thinking about being a passport bro and taking a trip to Colombia, especially, send them this one so they can look at it and at least think about what's going on. Those brothers in that video got off lucky, if you ask me. I'm pretty sure they paid some money. Certainly had to pay to replace that table or whatever. But I think they got off very, very lucky. They could have gotten arrested, and that would have just been horrible. That would have been absolutely horrible. So I won't be on tomorrow. I might do. Well, nope. If I do a Lit Saint episode tomorrow, it'll be real late. Really, really, really late. It might happen tomorrow or Saturday. We'll see. We'll see if I do it. If y'all pop in. But I'll probably be a little bit lit. It'll be fun. But we'll be back Monday for sure, 6 o'clock. And of course, Tuesday will be early. We'll probably be going on at 5 o'clock, 5:30 on Tuesday because we got the shows on Tuesday night. So thanks for rocking out with me, guys. I really appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for coming through. Hope y'all enjoyed it. This was a good one. This was a good one, man. We're gonna keep our eyes on this passport bro movement and do everything we can to help these guys get some game. You don't have to leave America to get game. You don't have to leave your own city. Just go out there and do the work. It's trial and error, my friends. Don't be afraid to fail, brothers. Go out there and just do the work, right? And for those brothers, those old dudes that was in the video, man, start walking or something, man. They was or buy some bigger clothes because them boys was big. Them boys was big. So we'll see y'all later, man. Peace to you, brother D Mac and everyone else who is here. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. I'll see y'all soon, hopefully Friday or Saturday, but definitely on Monday. I'm DL Saint. This is I Really Want to Know podcast. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.